Hello, my loves. So, today, quite honestly, I am just feeling a certain energy that, it's been a rough one. I mean, obviously, because my cat's sitting here on my lap and he's just like, girl, you need some purring energy. But I feel like today's kind of been like all the things that I've been working on, I feel like they're all like that I'm being tested in like all of them, in my finances, in my love life, in my own self-healing and self-growth. And one of the things that I was listening to this song, and I've been listening to this song. It's APT by Rose and Bruno Mars. And there's this specific part of the song. It's at 222. And for me, I was listening to this song over and over and over again as my day is just getting worse and worse and worse, and I just keep trying to pull myself out of falling into anger and depression and whatever else. And it finally kind of just clicked for me after hearing this specific part, because when I first heard this, I was like, this area of the song literally sounds like heaven. And the message that I had got for that was don't forget what it is that don't forget who it is. I don't know how to explain this. When I was at my lowest and I hadn't gone through all this healing and stuff like that, and I hadn't even made a dent to step into my energy and stuff like that, I dreamed of who I am today. Of course, I couldn't imagine exactly who I am today, but yeah, I dreamt of that. And so it basically was saying it's almost like a glimmer of hope, I guess. I pulled cards when I got home, which I'm gonna pull cards again now to see if there's any change or anything like that. But one of the cards that stood out the most to me was the 10 of Wands, and it's basically this guy who's pushing up all these sticks, and the thing that I could picture was just these sticks that are falling down and stuff like that is just all the hardships that I'm facing. And it hearing that song gives you that final kind of push to fully step into who you are, and to not step back and fall into the same patterns that you used to be in. And one of the hardest ones that I know I'm having to deal with, and it's very hard for me to feel this, is knowing that I'm worthy enough and I'm more than enough, and not falling into that anxious part of me, that shadow part of me that is just so mean to myself, that I've worked so hard to quiet. The notes that I had wrote in as I'm getting ready to do my reading was don't forget who you are. Don't forget how hard you fought for this. Don't forget what it is that you're fighting for. The other one is that I had got one of the cards from my oracle deck, this one, and the card that got pulled out was duality. And I think that a part of it that I'm having to process and work with is my feelings of being angry and my feelings of being sad, and realizing that we can't all be happy and at peace 100% of the time. And that just because I feel those things, and just because you feel those things, doesn't mean that you aren't worthy of the things that you most desire. And it doesn't mean that, people can treat you a certain way, because you can't treat you that way, and other people shouldn't treat you that way either. You know your worth, and you've fought so hard to know your worth. that, like, don't fall back out of your power, and learning this self-confidence and like learning to be you again. I know for me personally, the thing that I kept like picturing was when I was in 7th grade and 8th grade, I used to like constantly just hear people like call me weird, like in an insulting way, and like a couple of other things that were just not kind. And for the first year I was fine with it. Like, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm weird, so what, and whatever else. But like, as I started, you know, all the people that I liked my friends, and having backstabbing friends, and my home life, and whatever else, like, I stopped being that authentic, my authentic self. And I feel like one of the biggest lessons here is needing to be confident in who you are. You know who you are, but it's just a matter of like putting your mind and your thoughts and your feelings into action. I am gonna play that part because to me it just like, it feels like that final like, just hold on a little longer. You're almost there to like place it into place and not keep falling out of it all the time. You're able to just fully be yourself. So this is the part. It's the Bruno Mars part in the background where it's just like, it just sounds amazing. So yeah, that was, it was just like, I think that like going up the scale, back down, whatever, it just like, it seemed like what I needed to feel to like step out of like feeling sorry for myself and angry and whatever else. But I'm gonna try and pull a couple of cards. I don't have much time because I've just been talking most of the time, but I don't know, maybe this will resonate with somebody. And I do apologize, this isn't one of my better readings. I wanted to be authentically myself, but I also wanted to show that like we all have our days. So see what cards need to be pulled. Temperance. Have patience and the push to just keep going. Like, I know one of the things I used to ask my mom the most was, like, I'd tell her I'm tired and she'd just be like, just hold on a little bit longer, and I'm like, well, how much longer? Because I'm really tired and I can't do this anymore. Yeah, the star. You are the star. And the thing is I also got the 7 of Cups. I feel like that the 7 is like a reflection part, but the thing that I'm focusing the most on is this specific one right here. It's that glow where it's just like how I was talking yesterday about like Moana, where, you know, you're stepping into your power and it's just like a big burst of energy and you're able to be a star and be completely in your energy. You're almost there. I'm almost there. We're all almost there. And that doesn't mean that your healing ends there, and you're of course going to have hardships throughout life, but whatever it is that is holding you back or has probably been the hardest thing for you to learn in order to step fully into yourself and not continue to like fall out of who you want to be and who you truly are, that part is clicking into peace and won't continue to fall out. As soon as you may have some sort of trial that is like the solidification of it.